Akumoha Halima. Greetings, I am Halisarius, Pleiadian Chief Leader, Pleiadian Chief Commander, and I am a member of the Galactic Federation of Light Society. And we, as members of the Galactic Federation of Light Society, would like to welcome you here. And as a Pleiadian of love and light, I would like to welcome you here also. How wonderful it is that we can share our teachings with you at this time. And how grand it is that we have you here as our friends. It is such a grand time to help you to understand the stars, your connection to the stars, and how the stars are awakening you. For a long time we have been awaiting this time to come here with strength and with love to guide mankind back to love. And to help you to understand a higher road, to help you to climb out of the dense frequencies and to help you to climb to a great road, not only as individuals but together. For together you will bring about a beautiful planet of love and peace. And you will begin to remember the ancient teachings. A long time ago, we as Pleiadians, we sat with many people. And we came to you in peace. We drew up plans for the awakening, and we drew them up together in unity. We gave you transmissions to help you to remember your Pleiadian brothers and sisters. We gave you deeper knowledge of the stars, so that the stars at this time may call to you, to your deeper coding within your DNA, and help to awaken your star frequencies within your DNA. You are from the stars, our dear friends. You are not a race that has simply been forgotten about, but you are a race that is very important in all of the alignment of universal existence. And we as Pleiadians work very closely with divine will. We never make a move without divine will. And so we feel greatly privileged. We are a race much more evolved than mankind. And we have always been your tutors and your guides. We have not being the only ones upon your plane at that time when the Pleiadians were here. There were many others also. But we were very strong with you, and we were like your brothers and sisters in the light. Hence we call you our family of light, as we are also your family of light. This time it is so important to help you to understand that your race is very important. You are not considered by us as Pleiadians a lower class race. We see you as babes of light at this time because you are awakening to greater abilities. And when you have awakened to greater abilities, you become very, very powerful beings. But because you haven't found your powers yet, you are still spiritual babes to us. Why? This is not meant in an offensive way. Please don't take it that way. You are needing our assistance to understanding who you are, where you come from, how you came about upon this plane, and how you can come back to your great light. This is why it's called the great light, awakening, the great sun consciousness, the great time of the understanding of love and light. Why? Because light becomes so strong upon your plane, and we are here to guide you to the light. When you understand what we are saying, you are becoming greatly learned in spiritual ways. We wish to state how wonderful it is that another book is coming to you. And this book is helping you to dance in the cosmic spaces of love. And it's an incredibly important book for all those people who desire to understand us as Pleiadians more and understand you as mankind more, and where you are at this time of your awakening. Spiritual seekers at this time are desiring to understand how far you are in the awakening. This is an important question, and it is continuously being asked to channels around this earth. Dear Pleiadian being, how far are we actually into the awakening? We say to you this: when the light comes into your heart and you allow to be transformed by the light, you are very far into the awakening. But how much does the light transform your heart? How much do you feel the light working in your heart? And then you be the judge. How much have you awakened, and how much are you awakening to? For everything is a play, and everything is a dance. And everything works together with each other. Now, Divine Universal Master Lord Emmanuel the Great said to you that I was to answer you a question. Answer a very important question of how do you bring in higher energies. And his teaching was incredibly good. Light masters, please understand, are way higher than Pleiadian beings. We are not archangels. We are an evolved race. And you may say, why is it that you are here, Pleiadians? Why not simply from the light masters? Why do we need Pleiadians? Because we are your star family, and we open sequences within you to help you to understand your star heritage. We have walked the path before you, and we are here to guide mankind to higher consciousness. This is why we have the sacred privilege to helping our family of light to awaken in the light. And for us as Pleiadians, this is an incredible privilege. We also work with other beings. We are not only your tutors, we are also tutors of other planetary existences. Please understand that. We are very old. We have not only been on the Pleiades, we also come from another universal system. But when war broke out, we decided to leave that universal system and we made home with the Pleiades, or you might call them the Seven Sisters, and that made our transition to you here, to the earth, easier for these times. So everything, as we see, was in divine purpose, which is very important for you to understand also regarding this question of how do you bring in higher energies, understanding that everything needs to be aligned with higher purpose. When you align something with higher purpose, that gives it more power and more energy to bring your desires into your existence. How do you do this? I'm going to demonstrate. Already you've learned about the glass, you've learned about the energy, so I'll go back to that illustration to help you to see how you can do this. So say you have a glass and you pour in the energy of something that you desire very much. And you pour in the image within your third eye, which is a grand portal of creation. And you feel the energy in the glass building. How do you do this? With your intention. Also, when you open up the beautiful solar plexus area, and you connect with the energy in the glass, you feel the strength building in the glass, and the energy rumbles. Pretend you're a professor. Kurtrama likes this bit. He's a Pleiadian professor, and he always experiments. You can imagine Kurtrama, you've met him before, you've heard his teachings, and he's a scientist, he's got his white coat on, and he sits behind a huge desk there with his Bunsen burner. Do you remember the Bunsen burners at your school? Imagine this. He's got the energy right there in the glass. And then he concentrates it with his third eye into the glass. And he pours his energy from his solar plexus into the glass, and it bubbles. And it bubbles, and the more he concentrates on it, it more bubbles and bubbles, but it won't explode. It bubbles, but it's not strong enough yet. Do you know the ingredient that it needs to become alive? It needs to have divine alignment. Do you know where you find the divine alignment? It's right here in your heart. When you open your heart into the energy, it will bubble more. And you pour in all your love, and the image becomes stronger and stronger. And then you do another step. Then you create a light from above, like a small portal. And you see the small portal of light coming into your glass. That's divine alignment. That's divine direction. And you see it bubbling and bubbling and bubbling. And then you let it go. Don't let it explode. Here. We say this with a joke, because we know many experiments actually explode. When it explodes, it's too much. You must always do it just right. And so, let go of the image of Gurutrama now and the Bunsen burner. That was to help you to understand what you must do. So work at it. When you work at it like this, you're learning to transform your magnificent powers and energy, and let it brew and brew and brew. Pleiadians are great scientists. We understand angles. See, our brain works different than your brain. Our brain is greatly based on expansion. Even when we are very young as Pleiadians, we always expand the mind. And how do we do this? How do we help our young ones to expand? With their creativity. We always teach them to open up their creativity. Why? Because that side of the mind is so powerful. When you put too much logic and facts and everything in there like you do at your schools, you shut the creativity down. However, when you build the creativity up, it expands the brain. And so when the child learns the facts, our children also learn facts, and we have great mathematicians and scientists even at a very young age. They would outdo your greatest scientists. But they can understand it because their creativity is so great. So imagine this. You've got a beautiful brain. And the more the youngster is fed with creativity, with colours and paintings and pictures and allowing themselves to express it, the more it opens up the databases and the more the neurons feed on those beautiful energies because they expand. See, they expand on love, on colours, on light, on desires. So the more a young child is open to these energies, the more the young children are open to the mountains and the beautiful trees and all these magnificent energies, the greater the brain expands. Can you imagine this? Greater it houses right in there. And so when a child is being asked to read a book or learn to read, it does it so much faster. Why? Because the brain is expanded. We always expand the brain first, and then we help them to understand science and reading. You do it way too young. Oh, we should not be saying this to you, mankind, but I will from a Pleiadian teacher's point of view. We say that you teach your children facts way too young. You're so afraid to venture into the creative side. Even many parents upon your plane, they teach babies how to read and do all kinds of things. We say, let the child expand first. Don't be afraid that the children fall behind. For the more the brain is expanded, the more it will learn. What children learn in 2-3 years at the age where you are at this moment in your educational system, they learn within 2-3 months on our planet. Why? Because we teach them to expand the brain. And the more the brain is expanded with music, creativity, love, nature, painting, drawing, expressing, the more it's prepared for the science, the maths, because it loves learning. The brain loves learning. That's where the strength is. That's where the strength is. When you begin to understand how the brain works, you create a great education system. Always build it up. Always build it up. Don't be afraid that your children fall behind, because then they do. See, your education system, we say it does not work. Our children at 7 years old, they remember a whole book of Shakespeare. Yes, we've got Shakespeare on our planets. Why? Because we love learning about humanity. So we've taken all those recordings of this book, Shakespeare, and a 7-year-old can recite a whole book, word by word, with all the expressions. Can you begin to understand this? An 8-year-old can go into all the universes and explain all the star systems far greater than all your scientists can. Pass the greatest tests. Another 8-year-old, the greatest mathematical equations in the universe. They study with other star beings. They have energy all figured out. They create spaceships. They begin to look at computer systems in a whole new way, how to speed it up, how the brain links with the computer system. Because our brain links with computer systems, and that's how we make computers and things move. You see? The keyboard, we don't have those. The mouses. Why? When our brain is so advanced. We're trying to say something different. Please listen to us because we're more evolved than you. You send out ships with recordings hoping that we will find you and hoping that we recognize you as the most advanced species. We say you're not. You have so much learning to do. But until you open up your mind and until you open up your heart to understand that there are beings out there far more advanced than you are, you won't learn to advance. And we desire to help you. This is why we say, learn to work in the light. Learn to play the game with us. Learn to accept us as your tutors, and you will do great. And there I will leave my teaching. I talk too much, apparently. Halisarius, they say on my planet, it's a little bit like Guatrami. He always carries on too, does he not? Halisarius, you talk too much. It's because I'm passionate. I'm passionate about who I am. I'm passionate about our people. I'm passionate about you. I'm passionate about the universe. So I usually, when I'm up at the Federation and they say, Halisarius, do you have anything to say? I have my speech planned and I say no more. And I will say to you, dear ones, it has been a pleasure to talk to you and teach you more. May you go well in the light, and may you rejoice in the light, and may you receive many star transmissions of light in the future. Akumaha Halima, greetings, I am Halisarius, Pleiadian Chief Leader.